What's up guys, Marty here, and today I want to talk about a game that I've been hyping up and excited about for a while now. I made a video discussing the game, watching some of the trailers, and just spreading awareness about this game because I was super hyped for it. Because based on what they showed, I thought this would be incredible, and I thought we'd be playing this for weeks. I thought we'd be making content on it. But guys, Hood Outlaws and Legends has so many problems that I just needed to make this video. I'm a pretty positive channel, I think. 99% of my content is just making videos about games I love or posting funny clips from my Twitch streams. So I'm sorry if this video is super negative. It's not the type of content I like to make, but I just feel like it needs to be said. I bought the game to stream, and honestly, today, I thought I'd be playing it for a long time, but maybe like an hour and a half into my stream on the release day, you know, the biggest hype event of the game, I was so bored, disappointed, and let down by this game that I switched games. I went and played like Civilization or something. I was going to refund it, to be honest, but I thought I'd just play it a bit longer so I could make a video and just get some awareness out on what the game is like currently in its release state. So I played some off stream so I could fully understand it, and yeah, I'll give you a rundown. Hood Outlaws and Legends is a 4v4 PvPvE multiplayer game developed by Sumo Digital and published by Focus Home Interactive. Some pretty big players. The game's 27 British pounds, so like what, $35 maybe on Steam, and that was the release price. So it currently is sitting at mixed reviews, and rightfully so. So the game is set in like a medieval Robin Hood setting where you steal from guards, distribute the money around your hideout, and to level up your characters. You pick between 4 characters: Hood the Archer, Marianne the Rogue, John the Brute, and Took the, I don't know what you think, is a Mystic. So you spawn in a map filled with guards, and there's a sheriff who's like an invincible unit patrolling around. Your job is to sneak around past all the guards, kill them if you can, and find the sheriff. You stealthily steal the vault key from him, you find the hidden vault, and you take the treasure to an extraction point. You and your team have to then protect the treasure while you extract it. At the same time, there's another team of 4 trying to do the same thing. The sheriff can't be killed, so he chases you around the map like the Nemesis from Resident Evil 3. You can knock him down, stun him, and distract him. So stealth is really a necessity and the main part of the game. So first, that's an overview of the game. So I'm going to tell you the pros, what I liked about the game, and what genuinely is good. So the style of gameplay is super unique. It reminds me like a watered down version of Payday 2, or Rainbow Six Siege is probably the biggest comparison I can make, like a medieval Rainbow Six Siege. The graphics are fantastic. Even with motion blur, it does look really cool. Everyone who joined my stream was like, yo, this game looks really good. Why are you not enjoying it? Until they watched it for like half an hour, and then they realized what the game was like. So yeah, the game is super hardcore. It's skills and teamwork to win. From what I saw, there isn't a cash shop, so the best team will always win. The best team are the ones that can coordinate and outskill the other, have the best perks, have the best combinations, so have the best mix of players that work well together. The maps are pretty cool and unique, and they're randomized, so the sheriff and the treasure and stuff are all in different places, so you never know where you're going to go first. There's a hideout. If you win a mission, you get money that you can send to your hideout to level it up. You can level it up to get new gear, level up your characters, unlock unique perks for each character, outfits, weapons, and there's a lot of customization in that regard to do. There's cool unique abilities. For example, Hood can shoot rope arrows to get access to high points. The big guy John can open like portcullis gates to let his team through to get a good shortcut. And that's the pros. It's a pretty cool and unique game with some cool and unique features that you don't see very often. However, this island of good points are drowned in an ocean of problems, and I just want to go through them in this video. If you don't like negative, passionate rants, then, or maybe you're loving the game, maybe turn off here because it's going to go pretty downhill from here. I'm just going to go through the issues I've had with the game. I've got a Discord with quite a few people in who've also like watched and played, and generally the consensus is the same. So yeah, let's go through them. First one, the game only has 4 characters, which is an absolute joke. I reference this to Rainbow Six Siege because it's kind of a team v team based game. I haven't played that in a while, but a quick Google search shows us around 60 characters with unique abilities split between attackers and defenders, all with like their own style and abilities and kind of their own look and thing. In Hood, you have 4: Archer, Rogue, Brute, Mystic. And in some of my games, all 3 of the other people wanted to be Hood because that's, you know, what they wanted to play. This wouldn't have been so bad, but there's no attackers or defenders like in Siege. So it's a 4v4 game. So there's 8 players on the map, but there's only 4 characters. So you're guaranteed to see the same character. At least, like, you're guaranteed to see 2 Hoods, 2 Mariannes, and 2 Johns, unless people duplicate, and then you've got like 4 Johns running around. And where's the diversity there? I don't understand the thought process of only having 4 characters. Next, the matchmaking. I've played a ton of indie and small games. I've played games made by single devs or new devs. I've never seen matchmaking as scuffed as in this game. They say you only get 1 chance to make a first impression. Imagine you'd hyped up this game for months. You go to stream it, you've got quite a few people watching you, and you're sat trying to get into a game for 20 minutes. I sat in lobbies that were like 6 out of 8 people and 7 out of 8 people, and it doesn't start until you filled up all the people. We were all ticked ready, which obviously has no point. There's no point in ticking ready because it doesn't do anything. So we're all just sat there waiting for the lobby to fill up, and there's nothing you can do. You just sit there waiting. Sometimes I'd leave and go into a different one and then wait in that one for it to fill up. I don't know. The game had just come out, so there was ample people around to play it. But yeah, the lobbies just weren't filling. It's clearly a problem with the coding of the game. It was awful. And yeah, it's an awful first impression when you're just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. I went back to it a couple of days ago, and it's the same. I went back to it yesterday evening, and it was exactly the same. I didn't even play the game. I loaded it, sat in a lobby for 10 minutes, and closed the game. Maybe that's just I'm from Europe, from England, so maybe it's an issue on my side. But yeah, that's my experience. The next issue, the game is awful if you don't have all your friends playing. Now, hear me out here, because you're going to say, yeah, all games are better with friends. Yes, I agree. All games are better with friends, right? If you're thinking Call of Duty, if it's you and the boys, and then you've got a random person on your team, let's say there's like 4 of you and then a random guy. That random person could get 0 kills, he could run around blowing himself up, and he wouldn't really impact your game too much. You'd laugh at him maybe. In Hood, stealth is the main part of the game. If any of your teammates alert the guard, your team loses stealth. If your teammates just rush in, they ruin your playthrough. In every game I played, we had someone who would just run in, alert the guards, and just start melee combat. So if you're playing as someone like Marianne, who I was trying at one point, who's an assassin, it's just not fun. She's not designed for melee combat. Some people will just pick John because he's the big boy with a big axe, a big hammer, and he'll just run in and melee people. But that breaks the stealth. It breaks the immersion of the game you're trying to play, to be honest. And yeah, I can't understand why they made it like this. You have voice chat, which people can just turn off, which was my experience. So yeah, big issue there. Speaking of melee combat, this is the worst problem. This is the worst melee combat I have played in so long. I've played most melee combat games I can get my hands on. It's kind of my thing on this channel. And I've played alphas, betas, stress tests. Hell, I played Mortal Online 2, and that was super scuffed because it was a stress test and it was kind of buggy. This is the worst I've played this year, at least, for sure. Maybe last year as well. It is fundamentally broken. You left click to attack, you right click for heavy attack, and space is dodge. That's it. It's slow, clunky, and punishing, but not like Dark Souls, like a game that's been ported from console to PC badly and isn't optimized properly. You attack someone during like their animation, like let's say they're climbing or they're killing an NPC, it just bugs out. You just can't do anything. For me, at least, I had that issue. Like if someone is doing like some anime assassination and I go hit them with a hammer, they should take damage, right? But no, it's like first come, first served. If you get your cool Dragon Ball Z animation in first, you get the kill and I just stand and watch. So anything more than a 1v1 just looks so broken. The range combat is much better in my opinion, but unless you're playing as Hood and you're sat in a tower, you're going to be involved in melee combat at some point in the game. The next issue, repetition. So yeah, here we go. You find the sheriff, you steal the key, you get the treasure, you extract it. Win or lose, there you go, done. You load into the next game, find the sheriff, steal the treasure, get the treasure, extract it. There is nothing else. There's no side missions or extra things you can do. There's no variety. That is the gameplay loop of every single game. I managed 4 games on stream and I was bored out of my mind. The best part is to win the game, you only have to extract the treasure at the end, and both teams extract from the same place. So let's say you are on the enemy team, right? You find the sheriff. You're really good at the game. You find the sheriff, you pickpocket him, you find the vault, you sneak in with your team, you find the treasure, and you escort the treasure all the way to the extraction point, and you do it flawlessly. And it's completely perfect. You get it there, you don't even alert the guards. It's really good. You half extract it, so you have to do this like thing where you pull like a levy and you extract the treasure up onto a boat or up over a wall, kind of like that. And let's say you're halfway through extracting it. My team, we sit AFK for 10 minutes and then we come over at the last minute, see that you're extracting, take you out and finish the extraction. We win. What? How is there not a points-based system? Or how does the person who finds the vault not get some recognition towards winning the game? How does the person who, you can throw them like a commendation at the end if they did certain things during the game, but your team loses. Your team does all the legwork and you lose at the end. And yeah, I can't work out why that was put in that way. I really don't understand it. It happened to me a couple of times while I played, and yeah, weird. So yeah, I've shit on the game pretty hard at this point, and I'll be honest, I've only covered the main problems I found playing for a few hours. I could make this a 50-minute long video going through every single thing that I disliked about the game, but that's just not fair. I just wanted to point out the main problems that are breaking the immersion and making the game not fun to play. So trying to be productive now on how can the game improve from this point and can it be fixed? So some easy fixes. Matchmaking, clearly broken, needs fixing. Melee combat needs a huge overhaul. It doesn't need to be like Mordhau or Chivalry 2. At least make it responsive. At least make it fun. At least make it make sense, right? Like if two people are clashing and I go over and you know hit someone, they should take damage and react and bounce away from it. It is bonkers. If I'm a ranged player, I shouldn't be able to get away from all the melee players so easily. None of it makes sense to me and how they've put melee combat into the game. The game needs balancing. Some people will just pick John, rush in, alert all the guards, and brute force the game mechanics, making the whole stealth-based gameplay that it was based around non-existent. That could be fixed with a bit of balance. The sheriff needs a massive buff. Rather than something you just kite around the map, he should be a real force. He's a one-hit kill if he gets to, I think, but it's very easy to outrun him or very easy to just down him. So yeah, if you look at something like Resident Evil's Nemesis, he's a real threat. He's a real problem. You can shoot him multiple times and he just won't go down. This guy, it is a joke. It's just like a token that you just take around the map. It makes no sense. But then there's deeper issues. The current objective is crazy boring. There needs to be more moves to keep it fun. There needs to be more characters. 4 characters, but 8 players in a match is bizarre. So if I have to ask myself how long would this take? Months to years. It's fundamentally at a ground level not enjoyable, and there are systems that need implementing from the ground up. It's not surface level things you can tweak and fix to make this game enjoyable, in my opinion. So for me, I don't think it's redeemable. I've written the game off now. My friends have watched it and they're deciding not to buy it. They've watched other people stream it. They've watched YouTubers play it, and they're just not into it. They don't like the look of it, and I fully get why. I know there's going to be people who really enjoy this game. I've been in a couple of Discords and I've got some friends who are loving it. There's people still streaming it. They're like level 80. Yeah, great. I hope you can enjoy the game. I really wish I did. But for me, I could not enjoy it at all. And yeah, it's got mixed reviews. So there's going to be love and hate towards this game. But those are my opinions. I think the game is riddled with problems and I can't recommend it at all in its current state, which is why I've made this video. Again, I hate making negative reviews or making negative videos like this. You'll struggle to find many things like this on my channel. Most of it is very positive. If you love the game, I'm happy for you. I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm just trying to raise awareness. I'm just trying to put forward how I feel because I feel very frustrated about it. I've been looking forward to this for so long and I really wanted to like it and I'm massively disappointed. That's it for this video, guys. If you like medieval games and want to see more cheery videos, subscribe to the channel because this isn't the usual things we do here. If you're on the fence about Hood Outlaws and Legends and this has helped give some insight, dropping a like on the video really helps me out. And if you played the game, I really want to know what you think in the comments. Let's have a productive discussion. There's a lot to love about this game. There's a lot of what it does well, it does really well. And if it came out without the problems I've mentioned here and it put more of what's good, this would be phenomenal. This could easily do what Rainbow Six Siege did, do what For Honor did, do what Hunt Showdown did. It could just come out of nowhere and just really shine in its genre and get a real good following that grows and grows and lasts for many years. But in its current state, I'm struggling to see through the problems and enjoy what's good about it. But yeah, if you do like it, let me know in the comments. What have you felt? What have your feelings been? How have you thought about the game? Let's try and keep it professional. These are just my opinions. I'm sure you'll have your own. I would love to know what they are. Thanks so much for watching the video again, guys. This has been longer than I was expecting. But yeah, thanks a lot. And I'll catch you in the next one.